right, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about what does it take to be an effective leader. I think the first part about becoming an effective leader is going to be recognizing that it's not necessarily something that you're born with, but it's something that you can learn. And I think it's important to adopt this mindset. That way you're always able to learn and improve, and that way you can make corrective measures and continuously improve on your mistakes. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into more specific applications. So a really good example that I can think of is being able to self-manage. What that basically means is by self-managing, you're able to manage your time, your relationships, and kind of just work more on your personal management and your personal leadership. By doing that, then you will be able to apply that to others, other individuals, be it from an associate standpoint or even people that work for you if you're in a managerial role. So jumping to kind of like another application I can think of is adopting a proper mindset. The book refers it to as leadership identity, but I think it's more of a leadership mindset, which means that you're kind of adapting yourself to be able to deal with certain situations a very specific way, by kind of taking initiative, taking ownership, taking that leadership role. And an example is, let's say you're in a group, you have a group project and you have an agenda you want to push, right? So you want to get something done, be more productive. What a leadership mindset will allow you to do, or a leadership identity will allow you to do, is kind of guide the discussion in a direction that's productive in a way that is more beneficial to the entire group as a whole. So then kind of jumping into other important aspects, I think being able to properly identify problems and come up with effective solutions to those problems is a key skill when it comes to leadership effectiveness. And I think that not being able to identify and solve for problems, you're not necessarily going to be able to have more of a leadership role. And finally, I think influence is really important to effectiveness in leadership. I think influence is one of the biggest parts of being a leader. And what that means is how you impact others, how you can kind of ultimately influence them in a certain direction. So I think it's important to have a positive influence, because positive influence leads to productivity or an effective leadership position. So I think some other examples of influence would be by recognizing the success of others while also conversely being able to address the mistakes of others, right? So specifically, this is more important if you're in more of a legitimate role, right? So like, let's say you're in a position of power and you are needing to address a certain mistake that somebody makes. It's important to be able to address that mistake, but it's also important to acknowledge when they do well as well. And I think all of these different tendencies, all of these different applications, they apply to overall improving your effectiveness as a leader. And I think that just adopting the right mindsets is truly what allows you to improve your effectiveness as a leader. Thank you.